Hey everybody, Robot here from Vespa Motorsport and ScooterWest.com. So today I'm going to cover the mundane object called the Vespa badge. Specifically the Vespa badge used on modern Vespas for the last 20 years. So you can see there's several different flavors of the Vespa emblem or badge. It essentially consists of a decal that's kind of a 3D plastic decal, and they've made some changes over the years, and I thought I'd share every single variation. A lot of them are pretty inexpensive, so they're great to buy if you want to put a Vespa decal on your helmet, something else, or maybe you're painting your scooter, spiffing your scooter up, changing the look of your scooter. I'll show you what we got. These are all original Piaggio Vespa parts, and I'll kind of just go over them row by row here. So essentially you got three different sizes, with the exception, this is actually pre-2005 from the ET4s, but you got 4-inch, so that's about 4 inches wide, 6-inch, which is typically the Vespa badge that goes on the left side cowl of a modern Vespa, and you got the oddball, the 4.6-inch, which also goes on the left-hand side cowl, either on the Justin Bieber, some Primavera models, and all 946s use the mid-size badge. So as you can see, there are different kind of finishes. The top row here is the plastic chrome finish. They're very easy to use. It's essentially, it's got a backing. It's got a alignment template. I'll show you how to install these badges later, because this alignment template comes in pretty handy, and has the backing that separates and the template backing as well, or whatever you want to call it. So it kind of separates like that, and works the same with all these decals, stickers, badges, whatever you want to call them. So the most popular decals we have are the 4-inch chrome and the 6-inch chrome. So pretty easy part numbers, 620530 and 620529. So sometimes they just go a digit lower for the larger badge. A very popular decal that was specifically used on the GTS Super Sports, I think from 2011 to 2014. These are black chrome. They kind of have a real cool look to them. In some angles they're black, but they have a little bit more luster to them. Been a very popular decal for making your Vespa look a little sportier. 670060, and for the 6-inch, 672061. So there's the black chrome. And just recently, Vespa has the official black badge. There's been aftermarket black badges. Can't speak for the durability of those, but on the 2024 Vespa GTV 300 HPE2, they have a all black badge. So you can see the part number 2HA005863 and 5862 for the larger badge. And the last badge was only used on the 2022 and a little bit of 2023, the Justin Bieber edition Sprint. And maybe you're looking for a custom look. It's an all white badge, it's definitely unique. 2H005221 for the 4-inch, and they go to the 4.6-inch at the 2H005206 for the 4.6-inch. If you're looking for the oddball chrome one, specifically used on the 946 or some models of the Sprint and Primavera, 1B000433. You can type any of those part numbers in the Scooter West web store and pull them up. So the last one I just thought I'd put it out there is the European Vespa ET4. This is actually a sticker. For the US model ET4 and ET2, they actually had a metal badge that goes into holes on the side. They definitely were large. This is actually hard plastic, so it's kind of hard to stick to a curved surface, unlike these that have some flex to them. This is pretty rigid, so you want to put it on a flat surface or slightly curved surface like the Vespa side cowl. 577081C is the part number for that. Pretty cool big Vespa badge. You put that on the back of your car, that's what it looks like, kind of like a car emblem. It's so large. One other little decal that's a little bit off subject is a decal I really like from the 2010 through about 2014 era. It had this little decal that said Piaggio Technology with the Italian flag. It's a pretty cool decal, 672200. Just a cool little subtle badge to put somewhere on your Vespa. Starting in 2015, I think they discontinued using that badge, but we sell that at Scooter West. So now there's some rules about using or applying a Vespa badge. If it goes on the cowl of a modern Vespa, it's actually horizontal with the cowl, so it's pretty much set at 0 degrees. For the leg shield, it's a little different, or if you're using a Vespa badge in print, you can see you have a straight line here, and then you got an angle of that line that's part of the word Vespa. It's supposed to be an 11-degree angle. So you want to measure the angle. The correct angle is about 11 degrees. Although when this badge is installed on like a Primavera Sprint, when I give it the eyeball look, it looks like a little bit more than 11 degrees, probably closer to 20 degrees, but that's using the official template of lining up the badge. So I have a scooter here in service that we're blacking out. I'm going to go ahead and take these badges and we're going to go ahead and install them and show how to remove the old badges. All right, so first of all, we got to remove this badge. Sometimes you can just get under there and start peeling it. Look at that, it's already, the adhesive's kind of falling apart. This scooter's about 8 years old. To make the job a little easier, you want to take a heat gun. You don't want to heat the paint finish up so much that it damages the paint. But you can see I put my hand in here. I can feel the heat on it about 8 inches away, and probably just give it about a minute. You know, when everything's hot to the touch, I would say maybe 60 degrees Celsius, 125 degrees, somewhere in that range, Fahrenheit. That's plenty hot to help motivate the old decal from removing off the scooter. So some of the Vespa badges, while I'm doing this one does have the template on the bottom. Well, sometimes they have more of the backing that also lines up with this curve right here. I can see this one's just ever so slightly crooked, and that's from the factory most likely. So yeah, everything's pretty hot there. And at this point, yeah, it should start coming right off. And well, the problem is it does leave behind some of the mess of the decal. I did have a video just recently where I removed the adhesive. You could use something like the 3M general purpose adhesive cleaner. There's something called Bestine. Even isopropyl alcohol, like the 90%, would kind of work at removing the adhesive. So kind of let the adhesive remover go to town at the adhesive. You got to be extra careful on these matte finish scooters. This is a Safe Journey from 2017, I think. There's some cases where I haven't really easily been able to remove all the adhesive. And if that's the case, I'll put the new Vespa badge where it just covers up all the adhesive that's existing. And if you clean it pretty good, the new adhesive from the badge will stick to this dried on stuff. I wasn't expecting to be this dried up. You can certainly use your nail. Some other soft implementation to remove the stuff, like, you know, like a plastic scraper. We even have plastic razor blades. There's also a decal eraser that I've showed in a previous video. I'm not going to use that today, but we'll just see how much of this we can remove. So normally you would set the badge all the way down to that edge there and apply it. You could, another technique is you could use masking tape to set a straight line as a template for the badge, but not needed with the original Vespa badge. This badge, my goal is to cover up all that adhesive. Is what I think has happened with this scooter is that's not the original adhesive that's dried up. That's actually some sort of glue. And I have it pretty flat. But the glue is really, really hardened into the paint. I do not want to take the risk of damaging the paint. And in this case, usually you just want to work your best to cover up the existing adhesive. And I'll start in the rear, and everything's cleaned with that that adhesive remover. And at this point, let's go ahead and push that in, and I still have the backing film on the badge. It's a little bit crooked. You know, I would have loved to have it perfectly straight, but since we're covering up some existing adhesive, you know, that's something you might find with an older scooter. This is a little bit different finish, so it may have been repainted. The matte finish, it just, over the years, eventually it doesn't hold up is what I find as well. So at this point, go ahead and pull the backing off. There's a little bit of the remaining adhesive. I could probably get my nail in there and kind of clean that up. And there you go, got the black badge on there. So the new replacement badge, since it was intended for a GTV or a GTS, you can see it lines up perfectly with the leg shield edge, and it kind of surrounds the turn signal. So it's a template of where the badge should go from the factory. That actually says GTS right there. The other one says Sprint and Primavera. Sometimes they don't even have this part, and all you get is this edge. And oftentimes, if you're replacing a badge, you can see a little bit of a silhouette where the adhesive was. But this one gives you a very accurate template of where it should go. So pretty straightforward. We'll remove the backing. Of course, I have everything all cleaned up. And you want to start with the backing. And I would use the surround of the turn signal as your first template, and then kind of look right here. That's pretty good right there. And at that point, we could just lay the badge, and it's going to be at the correct factory specified angle. Put some pressure into it. So that's how they do it from the factory. The Emblems have a built-in template. If you don't have the badge with the template, of course you could set something up with masking tape. You know, kind of that 11-degree line right there. Eyeball another scooter, but there you have it. There's how to put a badge on. Went nice and easy for the front because there wasn't that leftover adhesive of somebody gluing a badge back to the paint job of the scooter. The original adhesive on these badges usually comes off with just a little bit of heat and a little adhesive remover. So thanks for watching. I hope you found that pretty interesting. Whether you're looking for a Vespa badge for your helmet, a custom scooter, or you repaint your scooter, or you just want to give your scooter a new sporty appearance, such as what we've done on this safe journey, we have you covered at scooterwest.com. If you're looking for something like this decal of the 6 or any other decal kits that are found on any of the modern Vespas, we typically have all those in stock as well. See you in the next one. Robot here from Vespa Motorsport and scooterwest.com here in San Diego, California. I'll see you at Mare Vespa up in Portland in June 2025.